Greetings, all. It's Max, and we're back, and we're going to talk a little bit about Mennonites and racism. Of course, because the gift who keeps on giving, his background is being a Mennonite, and the guy looks like he's a Mennonite, and he's preaching as though he's a Mennonite. So, his grandparents were Mennonites. Somewhere along there, they became Baptists. But he looks like a Mennonite, and he wants that German culture, man. You got to keep pure. You got to keep pure. So we're going to look at see what Mennonites have to say about racism. Let's see what they have to say, and let's see if this coincides with the Denlinger ministry. Fraud of a ministry. This is on themennonite.org. The Mennonite Church, Racism and Witnesses. 2 Reflections. Written by Tobin Miller. I'm going to go down to right here. As we are confronted yet again with overwhelming evidence of this country's callous disregard for and fear of the black body. What's Bryan afraid of? The Hamites? They got that curse going. You can't intermingle with the black people, man. Right? That's a Mennonite teaching. I have been reflecting on what we could have done differently in the course of the last 20 years to educate and organize on anti-racism in the Mennonite Church. He's admitting they're racist, all right? He's admitting the church is racist, okay? The article is from 2016, okay? This is not something that came out in the 60s. The guy is admitting the Mennonites teach racism. And you wonder where guys like Bryan pick this stuff up. You look at Bryan, does he look like a regular dude in 2018? No, he looks like he's Amish. That's his German heritage. No. More proof. MCC, Mennonite Central Committee in the U.S. Statement on White Supremacy and Racism, 2017. Let me tell you, if you have to make a statement that says that you're not a white supremacist and a racist, you are a white supremacist and a racist. Okay? Otherwise, why would you have to make the statement? It means you're white supremacist and racists. And then you come out with this stuff. Well, this is what our corporation says. Because they are all corporations, of course. While we Anabaptist Christians have been willing to join other movements for justice, we have too often been slow or unwilling to join the struggle for racial justice. It says right there. They call themselves racists. All right? Failing to see white supremacy as the violence that it is. As MCC, we confess and repent such hesitancy and even blindness. That's what you're going to say is you didn't see. Which exacts an ongoing physical and spiritual toll on our sisters and brothers of color and leads to spiritual and moral decay for white people? What? Why does it say white people? Shouldn't it say all people? Spiritual and moral decay for... No. White people. See, these guys are a bunch of racists. The Mennonite culture is a complete bunch of racists. And Bryan Denlinger grew up in that, and he's carrying that off into KJV only Bible Christianity. White people. And then we're going to go off to more political garbage. The MCC rejects white supremacy and all its violence in all forms, including white racism. Yeah. Don't mess with the white people, because they're going to mess you up. White silence. White fragility. Like, you can't just make a statement that talks about all people. No, it has to be white, 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 white. Yes, and this is pretty much their political stand. Even though that it's racist, basically, when you even just read it. I mean, come on. Leads to spiritual decay and moral decay for white people? I mean, come on. I mean, when you know where to look for this stuff, it just pops right out at you. We're like, this is what they're saying. Yeah, we're white supremacists, but this is our cover story. Apparently there is black Amish people. Never seen one, never met one. You search for Amish on the internet, never seen a black dude, but apparently they're out there. There are a couple of black guys out there, but no, they're all a bunch of white guys. That's what they are. They're kind of a bunch of polygamists too, and kind of have some sort of other stuff going on. All right. So this is from this is Mennonites.org, man. MCC.org. All right. And the other one is, TheMennonite.org. These are their websites where they call themselves racist. Okay. Now I'm going to go to Pastors in Exile. This is, of course, done by a pseudonym. I am a Mennonite, and we are racist. Done in 2016, man. 2016. And then you wonder, where Bryan gets his views from. And you think, no, he's not racist. He just wants, the cultures to stay separate. No, he doesn't want black people marrying his kid. That's what he doesn't want. He's a racist fool. And he gets it from his Mennonite background. That's where he gets it. Yeah. I am a racist. And this is a very long article, so I'm not going to read through the entire thing. This is pastorsinexile.org. You go up there, you could probably search for it. But yeah. They're a bunch of racists. And they're seclusionists, isolationists, segregationalists. Yeah. That's who these people are. They don't want anything to do with anybody else. Sound like anybody else? No, Mennonite, racist. Amish, racist. And, I actually have Amish in my family. My dad's cousin was Amish. Lived in an Amish area. That dude drove a car. They're a bunch of hypocrites and liars, just like Seventh-day Adventists. Hypocrites and liars about what they practice. They practice things when it's going to be just like the Pharisees. When somebody is watching, then they're going to do the right thing. But if no one's looking, no, they're going to do whatever they want to. That's the same thing that Bryan practices. It's exactly what he practices. And he's a Mennonite. Except he has a King James Bible in his hand. That's the only difference. He practices all the same garbage. I'm going to live off nothing in the middle of the woods in a tiny house with no power and no water. And don't mix with me in my bounds of habitation. But then I'm going to have a four-wheeler and run an internet ministry on YouTube and have high-speed internet. You hypocrite. Punk. This is who this guy is, man. That's who he is. And here we have a Mennonite who says, yeah, we're all a bunch of racists. And down in the middle of the article, he says, yeah, well, like, they're actually fighting within the Mennonite community between the Swedes and Russians and the Hmong and the Chinese Mennonites. And they're all racist against each other. So the Mennonites are all messed up within themselves because they can't stand one another. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bryan's going to say that's a good thing. That's a good thing that they're not intermingling. That's a good thing. Oh, and they got funny colored flag there. They got a colored flag that must mean that they're all sodomites or something. I mean, that's stupid. It's stupid. So I have 3 articles here showing that the entire Mennonite culture is basically racist. And that is where Bryan's background comes from. And I believe that's where he gets it from. Where he talks about his German heritage and his this and that and the other thing. You didn't just pick that up from the Bible. You didn't just get that from the Bible. You got that from your family, and I'm proving it right here. And a guy right here says, I am Mennonite and we are racist. Come on. Yeah, statement on white supremacy and racism. If you have to make a statement on that, it means you are. And you probably got sued, which is why you had to make a statement, right? And we have this one here. We are confronted yet again with overwhelming evidence of this country's callous disregard and fear for the black body. Why does it have to be black people? Why couldn't it just be people in general? It has to be black. They're specifically naming black people. Why? Why are you specifically naming black people? It's because of the Hamite curse. And what the Mennonites believe in that stuff. That's where Bryan is coming from, where it's no intermixing of the races. That's where it's coming from. It's not coming from Christianity. It's coming from Mennonite. The Mennonites will tell you. I can't believe that their official statement actually says what it does. I mean, man. They need to hire a different marketing guy. Yeah. Which exacts an ongoing physical and spiritual toll on our sisters and brothers of colors and leads to spiritual and moral decay for white people. Why wouldn't it say all people? Why does it have to be white people? Because they make that distinction. They're a racist bunch of people. Bryan Denlinger, racist dude. This is where he gets it from. And this is it. This is where he gets it. The Mennonite. That's where he gets his stuff. And he gets a lot of it from Peter Ruckman, too. But this is what he grew up with. And you wonder why his views are so skewed. He wants to be a Mennonite and a King James Bible-believing Christian pastor. With no ordination or no training or no nothing. So it's all in his head, the stuff that he teaches. It's all in his head. I mean, yeah, you can read the Bible and basically go through it. Sure. Things he comes up with about is racism garbage. That doesn't come from the Bible. It comes from the Mennonite. That's where it comes from. These views that the Mennonite says in here are exactly the same as Bryan Denlinger. And with that, we're going to be out of here.